Hey, welcome. You ever get that feeling that there's a secret world hiding right under our noses? Well, you're not wrong, especially when it comes to the logos we see, every single day. Today, we're going to decode the hidden stories that are packed into some of the world's most famous brands. So, just take a look at these three right here. Amazon, FedEx, Toblerone. I mean, we've all seen them a million times, right? On boxes, on trucks, on, well, delicious chocolate bars. But what you might not know is that they're all connected by a really, really clever secret. Any ideas what that could be? And yeah, that's exactly it. If you were thinking they're all hiding something in plain sight, you nailed it. Every single one of these logos has a secret message tucked away inside. It's like a little visual puzzle that's just waiting for us to solve it. But this isn't just about finding some fun little Easter eggs. This is actually a super sophisticated way of telling a story visually. It's how brands connect with us on a much deeper, almost subconscious level. So what we're really talking about here are these brilliant designs that intentionally hide a whole second layer of meaning. See, it's not supposed to be obvious when you first look at it. The entire point is for you to discover it. That's what creates that amazing aha moment, when the brand just suddenly clicks in your head. And there's a really powerful reason why brands do this. I promise it's not just a gimmick. It's a strategy that's totally rooted in how our brains are wired. We love solving a good puzzle. It's human nature. And get this, the data totally backs it up. Research has shown that when we find one of these hidden messages, our brain gets this little reward signal, like a little jolt of satisfaction. And that positive feeling makes the logo and the brand a staggering 67% more memorable than a regular, straightforward design. I mean, that is a huge impact from one tiny, clever detail. This quote right here from the design agency that actually made the Amazon logo, it just says it all perfectly. That little moment of delight you feel when you spot the secret, it's not just fun, it actually builds a positive emotional bond. You feel kind of smart for noticing it, right? And then you associate that good feeling with the brand itself. All right, so let's see how this actually works in the real world. Let's dig into the evidence and break down some of the most famous examples out there. Okay, we have to start with what is pretty much the undisputed heavyweight champion of hidden logos, FedEx. It is maybe the most famous example of a technique called negative space, where the empty space is actually just as important as the letters themselves. Okay, look really, really closely at the space between the capital E and the lowercase x. Do you see it? A perfect forward-pointing arrow. The designer, Lyndon Leader, created this masterpiece to visually represent exactly what FedEx is all about, moving things forward and doing it with speed and precision. And it is so true. Once you see that arrow, you will never, ever be able to unsee it again. And now for our main event. We're going to compare how two absolute giants, Amazon and Toblerone, use completely different secret techniques to tell a story about who they are and where they come from. It's pretty cool. The brilliance of the Amazon logo is how it packs two messages into one simple shape. First, you've got the orange arrow that points directly from the A to the Z. It's this perfect visual shorthand for their promise to sell everything from A to Z. But wait, at the exact same time, that arrow is also a smile that represents the customer satisfaction they want to deliver. That right there is a technique called dual imagery. One element doing two jobs perfectly. So smart. And Toblerone illustrates a totally different technique. At first glance, you just see the Matterhorn mountain, right? It's a clear nod to Toblerone's Swiss origins. But look again, this time at the empty space inside the mountain. See it? There's a bear standing on its hind legs. Now that's not random. The bear is the official symbol of Bern, Switzerland, the city where Toblerone was invented. They've literally hidden their specific origin story right inside their national identity. So let's just put them side by side for a second. Amazon uses one single element, that arrow, to send two totally separate messages about its business and its promise to customers. Toblerone, on the other hand, uses the empty space around an element to create a whole new hidden image that tells the story of its heritage. So yeah, two different roads, but they both lead to the same destination, adding this amazing, meaningful layer of storytelling. So what stops these from just being, a confusing mess? Well, it turns out there's a whole toolkit of principles that designers follow to make sure these hidden messages actually land and work the way they're supposed to. All of these great designs follow 4 golden rules. First, simplicity. The main logo has to work perfectly fine all on its own, even if you never spot the secret. Next is relevance. The hidden message can't just be random. It has to actually connect to the brand's story. Then you've got discovery. It has to be findable, but not so obvious that it ruins that awesome aha moment. And finally, scalability. The secret has to work whether the logo is tiny on an app icon or massive on a billboard. Once you understand this design toolkit, you kind of start to see the world a little differently. You start to realize that these visual codes, they're everywhere, just hiding in plain sight. So the big takeaway here is that logos aren't just static little images. The best ones are a dynamic form of storytelling. They're a conversation starter and a puzzle all rolled into one. And now you know the language that they're speaking. Seriously, the next time you see a logo, don't just glance at it. Really look at it. Look into it. Now that you know the code, you're going to be amazed at the clever stories and hidden messages that you start to find all around you. So, what are you going to discover next?